Hi, this is Mike Stahnke, and I want to talk about some of the fun patches, bugs, and pull requests we've had over the years at Puppet. Up first, we have a patch from Adrian Thiebaud, who decided to add the YOLO parameter to the package resource. This was basically an alias to ensure latest, because you really never know what's going to happen out there in those repos that you don't control. While this patch was ultimately rejected, many of us were voting for it and really wished it would have made the code base. Up next, we have Adrian working on our control repo inside of Puppet. What you can see here is he was spending a lot of time on the squid class and decided that basically we needed to improve our squidliness. On the left, you'll see a long ASCII squid, and on the right one, you'll see a shorter one, with the comment, "It's a squid." No, really. After that, we have a notorious reputation for creating t-shirts that perhaps had some syntactically invalid text on them. So Mike Curry filed a bug after an OSCON party and said basically that his shirt was a little bit bogus because it wouldn't parse and that people were making fun of him and he was losing a lot of street cred. Well, Dan Bodie proposed a patch that was basically a sticky note with a couple of colons, things around it, so that it would create a syntactically valid t-shirt. Since then, our product manager, Eric Sorensen, wrote a linter and syntax validator so that when we create new shirts, this no longer happens. My favorite bug in the history of Puppet is probably this one, and this basically comes down to being a story problem, like an old math problem, where rather than dealing with the actual numbers, let's talk about the application of those numbers. Puppet, when faced with high latency, had a lot of problems, and the practical application of this is that when you're on the moon, you really can't run Puppet appropriately, or at least you couldn't until bug number 4762 was fixed. There's a lot of back and forth in here about latency and time travel and basically all of the different problems you could run into while running Puppet. But in the end, the important thing was to ensure that clients on the moon can connect successfully. The final and perhaps most interesting Easter egg inside of Puppet is what happens when something goes wrong with Puppet. So if you type Puppet help test, you see that, well, there isn't something for Puppet help test, but there is something that says do Puppet help. So you have 3 Puppet helps. Okay, I get some help. What happens if you just do help all the way down? Well, you get a beautiful picture that says, relax, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Sometimes you just need that moment of zen when working with a configuration management system. Anyway, I hope you found this enjoyable and enjoy the rest of Puppetize Live.